This video is a step-by-step guide to build a web page to display sandwich opportunities using Bitquery API and PHP. Now, what is a sandwich opportunity? A sandwich attack is a MEV opportunity that looks for a huge transaction, as this huge transaction is going to affect price of a token in the pool. To get the profit, the user looks to put one transaction before and one transaction after the target transaction, thus sandwiching the transaction to get profit. Let's get started by building the query that we would use to return the live sandwich opportunities data to our web page. So make sure that you have logged in to your Bitquery IDE account and selected the API v2 option. So select the EVM and also change the query keyword over here with the subscription keyword to get the live data. After that, select the mempool as true and then select the text trade, select the where button. In the where button, go to trade, buy amount in USD to be greater than $1,000. So we are doing this because this is the logic that we have behind tracking the large transactions which could potentially provide sandwich opportunities. Now we'll select the block time. Other than that, we'll select from the trade buy amount in USD, buyer, and for the currency, its properties like name and symbol and smart contract. Other than that, we'll select from DEX the owner address, the protocol family, and the smart contract. Similarly, from the cell, we'll select amount in USD and buyer and currency details like name, symbol, and smart contract. I think that's sufficient for us, so we can run this query now. And after some time, it will start returning the data string. See, like this over here. Now, jumping on to the development part, I'm using the VS Code as an IDE, and you have to make sure to install the PHP on your device to run the web page on your local host. So I'm using Ubuntu system as of now, and I can install PHP using the following command, that is sudo apt install php. Now I can run the PHP code on my PC. Also, for this tutorial, I have used a VS Code extension, that is PHP server, which is this one. Now going back to the code, you can see we have a requirement over here, that is http request to.php. We are using this library from PHP to interact with the API calls and use methods like get and post. To install this, we'll use the sudo perl install http request to command. After importing the required library, we will declare the request object and use that to interact with the Bitquery API in the following manner. So our request body is set to the following. In a try catch block, we'll get the response, and if the response status is 200, then we'll get the body and decode it to return a JSON object. After that, we are using these lines to return the data in a much more presentable manner, which is in a web page format. You can see we have a function over here which is format array as a table, as the following term would return an array of the sandwich opportunities to us. So here is the function. What it does, it just flattens the data out first and then put that data in a tabular form. Here are some other functions which are helper functions like flatten array, which will be used to flatten out the objects that are there in the array. And other than that, we have this get table headers function to return the column heading of each column. So to run this and get the data on a web page, what you need to do is you need to right click and you have to select this PHP server serve project. Now you might not be able to see that right click pop up as I was recording the window, but that's okay. And you can see over here we have this beautiful web page on our localhost port 3000 index.php. Now this has all the details that I selected in my query over there, as you can see. And you can also see that each of this trade is a huge trade with a trade by amount greater than 1000 USD. Now as we scroll further to the right, you can see I had selected all these parameters in the query that I showed you earlier in this video. Also, you can refresh the page to get the new values. Like and subscribe and join our Telegram channel to clear your queries. I will be attaching the link to the code and the documentation for the same in the description of the video.